Hello friends, the next topic in filters using op-amp or next topic in active filters is narrow band pass filter. This topic is not very much important for different exams, but the procedure of obtaining the transfer function of this filter is important for civil services mains, engineering services mains for electrical as well as electronics engineering. But as far as GATE is concerned or engineering services prelims is concerned or PSUs are concerned, there is a rare possibility that you have a question on the expression of transfer function. But sometimes they may be asking the type of filter, they may be giving you the circuit, maybe 4 different circuits, and they may be asking the function performed by those circuits, or you may be given this circuit and they may be asking what is the type of circuit. That is nothing but narrow band pass. First of all, you should be knowing what is the difference between a wide band pass and narrow band pass. When you have wide range of frequency over which the frequencies are reaching at the output of the filter, this is the transfer function of the filter. This type of filter is called wide band. And when you have very narrow band of frequencies over which frequencies are passing, this is narrow band, this is of course a wide band, right? So what is the difference? Basically, as there is no clear-cut boundary line between narrow band and wide band filter, when the Q factor of the filter is more than 10, when Q factor of the filter is more than 10, Q factor is what? Q factor of the filter is defined as the center frequency or resonant frequency divided by bandwidth. Center frequency of the filter divided by bandwidth. That is called Q factor. When Q factor is more than 10, that is called narrow band. And when Q factor is less than 10, that is called wide band filter. That is how we classify wide band and narrow band filters. Fine. So now here we are having this circuit which is given to you. So if these conditions are followed by this circuit, so that circuit becomes nothing but narrow band pass filter. Fine. So here what we are going to focus is to find the transfer function of this filter, and the procedure remains same as in case of analysis of any circuit of operational amplifier, that is nonlinear application. Here say this node is A, this node is B, this node is C, right? Now for ideal op-amp, what do we have? For ideal op-amp, the voltage at negative terminal or inverting terminal is same as voltage at non-inverting terminal. Therefore, voltage at node A is equal to voltage at node B. And what is voltage at node B? Node B is connected to ground. So, voltage at node B is 0. That is, we find in normal circuits, we find voltage at non-inverting terminal, which is 0 here. So, voltage at inverting terminal is same as voltage at non-inverting terminal for the circuit having negative feedback, right? So, now what we do? Apply KCL where? At node A. When you apply KCL at node A, what do we get? VA minus VC divided by 1 by SC, and say this is C1. So we will be taking S domain to find the transfer function. So first I will be taking S domain here. So impedance of this will be 1 by SC2 and impedance of this will be 1 by SC1. So I have taken 1 by SC1, right? Plus VA minus V0 S divided by R3. There are two currents outgoing from this. One is this way, so VA minus VC divided by this impedance, that is current going this way. Another is current this way, so VA minus this voltage divided by R3. Current entering into inverting terminal and non-inverting terminal is 0 for ideal op-amp. So what we are assuming here is, we are assuming that your operational amplifier given in the circuit is ideal, right? Which has infinite gain, infinite input impedance, 0 biasing current, 0 output resistance, right? So here this is equal to 0. But we know what is VA, that's 0. So can I write directly 0 here? I can replace it by 0. I can replace it by 0. That's it. So what do we have? I have the relationship VC and V0 now. So V0 will be equal to, that will be simply what? That is R3, or I can say that is SC1 R3 multiplied by VC with the negative sign outside. That's it. This is the voltage V0 in terms of VC, right? Now what do we do? Applying KCL at node C. Please see, what is the purpose? What are we doing? We are trying to find out the transfer function, that is relationship between output and input voltage of the circuit, and the ratio of V output by V input, or we can say ratio of output voltage to input voltage is nothing but a transfer function of the circuit, which gives the gain of the circuit, right? So when you apply KCL at node C, say this is node C here, when we apply KCL at node C, what do we get? VC minus VA by what? 1 by SC1 plus VC by R2 plus VC minus Vin divided by R1 plus VC minus V0S divided by 1 by SC2, that is equal to 0, right? So in this case, what is VA? We know that is 0. So can I replace VA by 0? That's 0, right? What is V0? That is minus SC1 R3VC, right? So what I mean to say is I can replace this voltage V0 by this, or rather than saying that, that we will see it later. Say this is equation number 1. So first of all, let it be V out S like this, right? So now you can write it here. We have SC1 VC plus 1 by R2 VC plus 1 by R1 VC plus SC2 into VC. All terms, you separate VC minus Vin by R1, that's this term, and that is equal to V0, or I can say SC2 V0. I hope that's clear. I have simplified this equation. V0 we have taken on that side, right? And you know what is VC? VC I have seen from first. You can see, or I can simply from this equation I can write VC is equal to what? That is minus 1 by SC1 R3 into V0, right? So I can write Vin upon R1 equal to what? That is SC1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R1 plus SC2 into VC, and VC is this. So I can write minus sign outside into 1 by SC1 R3, and you can take this side, this voltage this side. So minus of what? Minus of SC2 V0. What I did, I have replaced VC. I have replaced VC by this voltage, right? That is 1 by SC1 R3. So I have replaced VC by this. I have taken this on right hand side. I have taken this on left hand side, and just some modification, right? So now from this equation we can definitely find the relationship between the output voltage and input voltage that gives the transfer function of this circuit, which is nothing but a narrow band pass filter, right? So here what we do, we will be driving the relationship between output and input voltages. So I can write that equation again. That gives what? V0 by Vin. I can write factor of that is function of S equal to what? That is 1 by R1 whole divided by, this can be, this is V naught here. I'm sorry, this is V naught. S, V naught bracket S, that is function of S. I can write this like S. Everywhere you can simply write V in as V naught as function of S, right? So here also you can write function of S, here also you can write function of X, right? Now, V out by V in. So I can take this on this side, I can take this factor on this side. So 1 by R1, and what will be there with minus sign outside? So that will be SC2, then plus what? 1 by SC1 R3 into what? SC1 plus 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus what? SC2. So this is the term, this is your transfer function for this particular filter, right? You can further simplify it like this can be taken in numerator, so that is minus 1 by R3 into S. So when you take this in numerator, you will get SC1 R3 divided by R1 whole divided by S square C1 C2 R3 plus S C1 plus C2 plus 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, right? And so on. So you can see here my transfer function is again having one term, that is S in numerator, and quadratic function of S in denominator. That means your filter has 1 0 at origin and 2 poles, may be complex or real, that depends upon the relative values of these terms, right? But this is definite, it has simply 1 0 and 2 poles. Poles may be complex, poles may be real, that depends upon the relative values of C1, C2, R3, R1 and R2. And by selecting suitable values, we can decide the location of these poles, and accordingly we will be able to have the characteristic. So this is your transfer function. So not transfer function, that is we can say gain, magnitude, this can be frequency, and you can narrow down the frequency band or which is passed through the filter. That frequency is called center frequency, the frequency at which it reaches the peak value. The frequency at which the magnitude reaches its peak value is called center frequency of the filter, right? So from examination point of view, what is important? That procedure is important. You should not remember everything, but you should remember the procedure, how to find the transfer function, or you should remember the procedure of analysis of the operation amplifier, because that becomes important for university exams, that becomes important for engineering services mains exams, that becomes important for civil services mains exams. I hope the concept is clear. And of course, that finishes your narrow band pass filter. So in next video, we'll be talking about band reject filters. So wait for my next video. Thank you very much for watching the video.